Welcome to the Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast with. Welcome to the Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast with Pete and Bryan. Dad Bodcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the full Dad Bod Podcast. My name is Bryan.
And I'm Pete. And this week's guest is Danny Salazar, head coach, owner of Krank Brooklyn. Pretty amazing gym. And where is it located again, Danny?
Downtown Brooklyn.
In downtown Brooklyn.
Krank Brooklyn, located in Manhattan.
Exactly. Danny's our. I really wanted Danny to come on the podcast because I think I met him through a gym in Queens called Sitanji Muay Thai Gym, and I really liked his vibe. I thought he was really kind of had a good perspective on fatherhood, on kids, on coaching, and I thought he'd be an interesting person to have on the podcast. So Danny, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you guys having me on. Hopefully I don't fuck this up.
No, it's all good. It's just a conversation, man. We're just having fun, just hanging out, just talking shit.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we did an intro sort of ourselves in the first episode. I think it'd be cool just to get a little background on you. Just to get some more info.
I don't know where to start. I grew up in LES. I got a gym in Brooklyn. I used to rollerblade. Actually, that's how I got into this whole fitness realm. Started rollerblading in 89 or something like that, a long time ago, before it became super popular. And then that was just a way to keep myself busy. My family upbringing wasn't very great, so it gave me something to kind of sort of an escape.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I skated a good portion of my life and ended up having a kid pretty early on. I guess it's not early because my mom had a kid at 18 and I had one at 23. So I did all right.
My dad was 18 when I was born. Yep.
Yeah. So I held out a lot longer than they did. So I did pretty good.
And my mom was 20, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I found out my girl at the time was pregnant, I was like, holy shit, I really got to have a job because it didn't. So I became a bike messenger. There's a lot of little things that happened in between that, but I became a bike messenger, and I'll never forget it. It was 2001. You guys are from born and raised in New York.
Yeah.
Remember that blizzard of 2001 where there was 7 feet of snow?
Yeah.
That was my first day of work. I was
Wow.
like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Riding a bike in the snow for $7 an hour, and I was like, damn, I got to get this money. I got to take care of this kid.
Yeah.
And I did that for a while. Ended up being pretty good at it. Ended up having my own company by the time I left. And then I was going to school for accounting at the time. And this is how I got into the gym shit. I was going to school for accounting at the time because my father had a bunch of... Whoa.
That's all good.
My father had a few restaurants, right? So even though I didn't have a good relationship with him, he was like, yo, these are going to be yours. You have to learn. So I went to school for accounting and then... was doing the bike messenger thing. I had gotten into a big accident maybe a few weeks before that where I almost lost my life. You want me to go into that?
Yeah, sure.
The almost dying story?
Yeah. Yo, that's
a pretty
top notch. There you go.
That's good. That's good quality content. Yeah. So what happened was, right, I was working at this bike messenger company. I was working for Urban Express at the time. They had me stationed in the model agency called New York Models, and I was picking up books. So that was my main account, right? So picking up books at the time, model books were these big things that look like encyclopedias. Now I think they just email pictures.
Yeah.
But at the time, you had to have model books. So I picked up these model books. I was going down Broadway. Remember where the 4040 Club used to be? You know how Broadway...
Jay-Z's Club? Yeah.
Yeah. Broadway in 27th Street, how it starts to go into 5th.
Yeah.
So I'm going down and then I hit 27th Street and I look up and I'm like, okay, the light is turning yellow. And then you look across at 26. I was like, okay, that light is still green. So I can make it. Sometimes you could catch all the lights and go all the way down because New York Models was on Houston and Broadway. So I was like, oh, I think I could catch all these lights and get there in like about 6 minutes. If I make this
Additional
light,
light.
then the next one, you know how you have a couple seconds in
Yep.
between yellow, red, and
You
then
go
the other
straight.
light turns green. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this. So then I look, and it's 26th Street, and I look up, and the light is yellow, and I'm like, oh shit, I can make this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I look to my left because the car's going this way. Boom, got hit by a car. Smashed. Bike flies out from under me.
Ooh.
I'm holding on to the hood of the car, looking at the guy. He panics and presses the gas and goes faster.
What?
The
Oh
car
my
fucking
God.
drags me. I'm like gripping onto the bumper, the hood,
Yeah.
and I'm sliding underneath the car. Sliding underneath.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is how I die. My girl at the time, she was about 9 months. She was almost
About to
2.
give birth. Yeah.
I was like, yo, God is really gonna take me out like this? Like, this is how I go? This can't happen. And I'm like holding on to the axle of the car. My head is slamming up against the ground, and whatever that spins the back wheel is chopping up my thigh. Like, I have a big black bruise on my left thigh because
Yeah.
it's like whatever was spinning under there was tearing my pants up. My fucking ass was burnt because I'm getting dragged by a car. My head is slamming against the floor. Thank God I had a beanie and this fucking ponytail. I would be a fucking Ghana without this moño. For real. So I'm like, yo, oh my God. Like, if you didn't see me get hit, you wouldn't know I was underneath the car. But somebody up ahead saw me get hit. So as the car is driving by, they smack the car. And then the guy like stomps on the brakes. So the weight of the car goes, shit. You know how the car rocks forward?
Yeah.
The axle said boom right on my chest. And I felt like a little pop. And I'm
Oh,
like
shit.
screaming, like, yo, get me out of here. My head is like stuck sideways because the cab is so low.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, get me out of here. So then I look and then I see like a bunch of feet running.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all like kind of lift up the car, lift up the weight of the car. They don't pick up the car, but lift up the weight of the car. And then somebody just grabs me by my shoulders and drags me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked up. And
Yeah. It's fine, man.
It's all right, man.
it's crazy. Shit still bothers me.
Yeah.
So I looked up and I was like, holy shit, like I'm alive.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be alive. I shouldn't. The shit was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking crazy.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
That
it
sounded
was
like you
pretty
should have been
wild.
in like pieces, like
Yeah.
dismembered, like throughout the streets.
Yeah, it was rough, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm fucking alive. Like I don't know why God did this.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I'm here. So anyway, long story short, how I got into the fitness thing, because that story still bothers me, so I don't want to sit on it too long. But anyway, I saw my boy. I was like, yo, I can't get into another accident.
Yeah.
This could happen again. I got lucky. So I saw my boy. He was leaving like a personal training school. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like walking home, like, just like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But this happened weeks before, but it still affected me at that time. You could tell it still affects me now.
Yeah.
22 years later. He was like, yeah, I'm doing personal training school. I was like, what's personal training school? He's like, yeah, you go to school to be a personal trainer. I was like, this nigga could do that shit. I could do that. It was literally that.
Uh-huh.
It was literally that. I was like, yo, if this nigga could do it, I could do it. And I was not into fitness. I rode a bike and then I still worked out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was going to school to be an accountant.
Okay.
You know
I
what
remember
I'm
you told me
saying?
that.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so many. It's like you're here, you're there. You're like, what do I do?
Yeah. And you know what it is? Going back to the rollerblading thing, I think I just had so many little successes in that particular area of my life that I felt like you couldn't beat me at anything.
Yeah.
Like if you think about what skating is, right? Any of you guys ever done aggressive sports?
A little bit. I did. I skateboarded for a little while. I did like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai a little bit.
Got it. So like jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, like there's an opponent, like with an aggressive sport, right? It's like you against an inanimate object. And you have to have like like a certain level of grit to be like, jump on something, fall and say, I know what I did wrong. I'm going to try it like this. And then fall again and be like, okay, now I'm going to try it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people can't do that. Well, some people fall once and they're like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit. This shit is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just like Muay Thai. Some people think they want to fight. They get hit in the face one time.
And that's it.
They get
They're like,
the takiti and then
wow. Like those dudes are like, yeah, I see red. I know how to fight. No, you don't. You don't know how to fight, bro. Stop it. I don't know how to fight. And I do this shit. I get punched in the face for fun 3 times a week. And I have no idea what I'm doing. You definitely don't. So
oh my God.
I think I had like so many little successes with the rollerblading that I was just like, I could do whatever I want to do as long as I take my time and am patient with myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I just changed and did the fitness thing. Yeah. And that's kind of like how I got started with this.
Nice. Now, how long have you had your gym?
I had my gym for 13 years, but I want to say I started like digging into it just under 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then I started actually training because I was still doing bike messenger work, and then I was going to school. Then I didn't get my job until much later on. But I didn't start training to maybe like a little over 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Considering you own a gym, are you there? I'd imagine you're there not 24/7, but you're there every single day.
No,
No,
not as much as I used to be.
oh, okay, all right.
Because the thing is like you figure when you own a gym, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out every fucking day, and that's not what happens. Yeah, because in order to grow, like you have to transition into a business owner. Because if not, I just gave myself another job.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
True.
yeah. I mean, did you start like that in the beginning, where it was like, okay, I'm here every single day, every single day, and then it sort of transitioned into after a while.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I got to run this business. I can't be here every day.
Well, I originally started in a health club, and then I got fired, and then that forced me into opening up a gym. Like I never would have left that job. I liked it. It was easy.
So you were a trainer at like, let's say like X gym, whatever.
Yeah, it was like a very high end fitness club.
Got it.
Yeah.
And is that how you kind of like honed your skills? And after you finished that personal training school, and then that was your place to kind of figure out your
Well, after I finished
method?
that personal training school, I tried to get a job, and nobody would hire me because I look like this, like just a Spanish nigga with a ponytail.
Yeah.
That says the N word, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then like I'm sure these people are listening to my voice, and they probably thought I was Italian. So my New York accent is pretty heavy.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Dominican. I thought that nigga was fucking Sicilian. Yeah, so it's like it was very difficult for me to get a job at that time because like the fitness industry wasn't how it is now. It's like they had Brad, blonde hair, blue eye, polo shirt, and here comes Dan the Dominican, the ponytailed Dominican.
from the LES.
Yeah,
Really?
and they're like, this nigga's gonna rob us. Like, we do not want him in our health facility. Like, they didn't. And this one guy, his name is Randy. We work together now. He gave me an opportunity that nobody did. Nobody ever gave me an opportunity. And I worked at that health club, and I didn't make any money for 9 months.
Wow.
What?
Nigga, I was poor. That shit was hard. That shit was hard. God. Sales was hard. I got offended when people didn't want to buy shit off of me. I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't think I would last. I was like, oh, you said no to me? Nah.
Yeah.
I was like, that denial, forget it, kills me.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
So is that how it works in those gyms? Like the trainer will go up and that, because I've seen them. I've been at the gym and sometimes they'll come up to you and like, hey, you looking for this, or try to sell you on their services. Is that the way it works, or
yeah, to a degree. Like let's say you go to a health club. There's fitness advisors. Those are people like those guys when you go into a gym. It's like, oh, let me show you around the facility.
Yeah.
We have this, we have that, and they take down your information, and then they're noting down like how interested you might be in personal training.
Okay.
And based on your level of interest, either way, you get a free personal training session.
Right.
But let's just say you come in and you're very interested in personal training, and I come in and I'm not that interested in personal training. These leads that the fitness advisors get, because that's what you are, a potential lead, a customer for that specific product, they will give you the lead to somebody else that's been there a little bit longer, somebody that they may favor, somebody they like more, somebody that closes better. They're like, oh, this person might be really interested in personal training. You're really good at sales. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm the new guy, Dan the Dominican. They're not giving it to me. 1, I'm new. 2, they don't trust me. 3, I don't look like the corporate image.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to get a client, because I would get the low level interest leads or none at all. So I had to be on the floor a lot.
Got it.
And this is where it's crazy, because go ahead, you were gonna ask something.
No, I was gonna say, I'm like, I hate to admit that I'm like, I haven't been to the gym in mad long, and I'm like, I could totally use a personal trainer. But I remember the last time I did go, that there was somebody was like, hey, we offer a personal training, this and that. And I was like, I'll do it. But then it sort of like became aggressive. Never returned. I was like, I never came back. I would love to come back, but I feel like I would need to do it with someone that's already going to the gym, someone that can help me. Because honestly, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, and this could be a whole separate conversation. Like, yo, this is what you need to do every day. Blah blah blah. Work on this. Work on that. But I could totally see, how they wouldn't give you the people. They're like, oh, that guy's gonna leave anyways in a week. You'll have him for like a week and that's it. Then you gotta go move on to the next guy.
Yeah. Or like this guy's probably not gonna be able to resell him, sell him, maybe be too aggressive, say the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, sales is an art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the I mean, what we're doing right now is a conversation. Like we're selling people to want to continue listening to whatever the fuck we're saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Essentially.
And then come back the next episode.
Yep.
So you want a recurring customer.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But it's crazy because I was gonna say is like when I worked at my dad's every once in a while when I was younger, and he wouldn't pay me ever.
Wait, what would he do though? What was it? What were you doing?
He had restaurants. Oh, he had cuchifritos and stuff like
that. Okay, tag. He's like, here,
that's
an
where the fat
empanadilla.
boys- yeah.
He'll pay you.
And what
an
did you do there? Just everything? Like,
That's how I became fat.
yeah.
But what I did
Eating
there was
maracapurias?
mad acapullias. OD. Yeah, I ate a lot of chivo. I used to
okay.
like chivo. and
Oh
jabo.
yeah, go yeah.
Yeah. Now those are delicacies. Now
Yeah.
they're like $20 a pound.
Exactly.
Back in the day, it was cheap.
What, rabo and chivo, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, goat and oxtail.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
For our non-Latin listeners. Yeah, but he wouldn't pay me because he was like, yo, if you're good at selling, you will get tips. You will get money. So that's where it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and again, I ramble a lot, so feel free to like stop me. I'm talking to somebody that used to work for me, and he no longer works for me just because he moved, just because of environmental situations. Like he just left.
Right.
Maybe he wanted to go live somewhere else. But he called me for some coaching advice, and he was like, yo, what are like the tell me like something that you feel like was like really, really important for you to be successful. And he considers me successful, and that's flattering. I don't consider myself successful at all. Like I don't.
Yeah.
But he did towards me. And I was like, you're just like whatever it is you do, like whatever little job that it seems menial, just like do it really, really good. And good things will happen. So now looking back, right? Working at the Cuchifritos taught me how to sell. Being a bike messenger, waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, riding bike in the fucking snow, taught me grit.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Just like the rollerblading, I would say taught me more so perseverance. Like I can succeed as long as I continue to try and analytically, like pay attention to what it is I'm doing, I can eventually be successful.
Right.
Even the Muay Thai and boxing, the fact that like, yo, you could get punched in the face and critically think and like relax under pressure. It's like, it goes towards business too. Like COVID fucked me up.
Oh man.
So imagine all the skills I needed to have
That's right.
during that time.
I can only
To
imagine
keep my
how that
business
affected
open.
you. Yeah.
How it, like, nigga, my hair is gray. That's how it affected me. My shit was jet black before COVID.
Well, before COVID, I had more or less a head full of hair. Now,
before COVID, I had a ponytail. Now I'm bald.
I had the Fabio, yo.
What did
Nah,
you do
that's
during
mad
COVID?
funny.
How did you transition? You went to online, or like, what did you, like, how'd you get through that?
Bro, a lot of tears, alcohol,
Yo,
prayer,
real talk.
and just like acting quick. So like the writing was on the wall. Like they said, oh, you know, we might get locked down. I was like, nah, this shit is gonna happen because the news don't say shit unless they want it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and I'm not on some conspiracy theory shit, but I was just like, yo, this shit seems like it's gonna happen. So I started giving away all my equipment. I was like, yo, members, like, there's no way you're not gonna stop working out.
Yeah.
After all of this, here, take a kettlebell, grab some bands, take a fucking barbell. One of the dudes took a rack because he had a backyard. I was like, go ahead, go for it. Made him sign shit out. I was like, yo, we're gonna do online sessions, use Instagram Live. We were gonna do it all fancy, like mics and shit like this. I was like, nigga, we getting $50 mic from Amazon, hooking it up to a phone, and we're going live.
It's a cup with a string.
Yeah. That's mad funny. So it's like, I was like, yeah, just take everything. And we ended up, we were able to keep like more than like 70, 75% of our memberships.
That's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, while like most gyms were like just closing down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
Yeah,
gyms
I
close.
think they hit like a lot of like the gym industries, the health industry, the restaurants. A lot of places just
Yeah.
didn't survive.
I saw a lot of people during that time working out outside,
Yeah.
like right on the
outside
sidewalk.
workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was early on because remember when like you weren't even allowed to be outside?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like that curfew.
nigga, that shit was like a Netflix movie. It
I
was
remember
crazy.
when the curfew was like, it must have been like 8 or 8:30. I forgot what it was, and I was out. I was out walking 2 blocks, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get stopped. I'm gonna get locked up. They're gonna put me like in the pound for being outside."
Yeah. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
In
I was-
hindsight, it's crazy like that New York put a curfew in place. I'm like, that is like kind of like that. You see that in like those dystopian science fiction movies in the future.
For the city that never sleeps,
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
to be
For
like,
New
yo,
York
you
City.
can't be outside in the club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the Earth kind of like regenerated after that. It was dolphins in the East
Yeah.
River.
That's
There
right.
was like bald eagles in the fucking 23rd Street. I was like, what? This is amazing.
Like I Am Legend.
I Am-
fucking
yeah,
there's, like,
exactly. I Am
Giraffes and tigers and shit
Yeah.
in Times Square.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's still like insane that something like that happened.
Have you gone back to the same level of membership prior to COVID?
To a degree.
To a degree.
To a degree. There was a lot of good things that came from it. We became a bit more efficient. Like as far as like our business model.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a lot of the things that used to like we had like 15 people on the team at that time.
Oh wow.
Now we can run the same size facility with 5.
Oh wow.
So that our expenses went down crazy. Yeah, just
Okay.
because of like necessity.
Would you are you planning on opening another location? Is that like a long-term goal of yours?
The opportunity arose several times, and then I was like, nah, I don't really want that like type of responsibility. But then now, like, I have people that I work with, and I don't like to call them employees because like it's definitely a collaborative effort. Even though I sign their fucking checks.
Yeah, you pay exactly.
Yeah.
You pay them.
Yeah, actually, you are their boss. But like, you know, the guys that I work with, like, they have the ability to handle a facility of their own. So I feel like it's my obligation now as a business owner, and like some of them consider me a mentor, like that I have to create that space for them to do that.
Yeah.
So if like they wanted to open up another facility, have the funding to support them, have the kind of the systems in place that they would need in order to help that grow. And then, you know, instead of like creating a competitor, I have a partner.
Right.
Yeah. So now, yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
It's also really interesting when I kind of like think back to like your story and how things progress, how like all these skills you acquired in different areas, like, you know, from, you know, the rollerblading, from, well, even now I'm realizing, you know, you were an accountant at some point, you were trained to be an accountant, like it helped you realize how to run a business probably a little more efficiently than maybe like someone on the street. Although the stuff kind of like, you know, even the accident kind of put you in position on its path to where you are today, and now you have like a pretty amazing business. I mean, not like me and my girlfriend took one of his classes. I had a lot of fun. I was like, you know, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I almost fucking died on the way home. Like I literally, like we got to the car and I was like, all right, I got to close my eyes for 15, 20 minutes.
I gotta go to heaven real quick.
Yeah. But it was like, I had a lot of fun. And it was a great experience. And like the vibe, everything was pretty fucking amazing on what you created there.
Thank you.
But it is kind of like astonishing where you kind of like piece together all these and look back at all these things that came together to kind of create who you are today and what you have created. It's pretty amazing, man. Like it's kind of like it's kind of cool to see. I mean, I know you from the gym, but now that I hear a little more of your story, to see how all these experiences have sort of like weaved together to form who you are today.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, and I think it goes back to like when that kid asked me, he was like, "Yo, you know, what's the most important thing?" It's just like whatever it is you're doing, like work really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think like you said, cultivating those skills in a bunch of different areas definitely helps support my business now.
Yeah. You being now like a dad of, you said 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you owning this business, you're sort of like, you're trying to pass on some of that, like, I guess just training in general to your own kids? Do you make sure, you know, they're active all the time?
I try to.
Try.
I try to like be,
Like supportive?
not really. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Like being supportive, like Kids. All right. I think a certain way about children. I have I have a 21-year-old, so she's an adult, and then I have a 7-year-old, and then I have a 2-year-old who is an unhinged animal. He's insane. Like, it's funny. My dad told me, I was like, yo, you know, how do I asked him, how do I do this? He was like, the girls, you just make sure you raise them right, and then the boys, you just make sure they stay alive. Because yeah, but with the younger ones, it's like, it's more like, just do this now. And then once they start having like more complex than theory-based questions and like analytical type questions, then like that's when the nurturing comes into play. Yeah. But for right now, just like, eat this, go to bed now, use the bathroom before we get in the car. Like, do this now. Yeah. And with the old ones sometimes too. Like, cause like she's 21, but at the end of the day, like, there's certain things like, you just don't do that. Yeah. Like, she went to Florida. She's 21, mind you. Yeah. We bought her an apartment couple months ago. She has her own car. She pays her own everything. Yeah. She flew to Florida. She didn't tell nobody. I was like, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry, I keep hitting the mic. That's okay. And I told you, I'm going to spit all over this thing. You're going to have to throw the whole cushion away. I was like, what's wrong with you? She's like, what? I just went to Florida. I was like, I don't care what you pay for, what you're responsible for. I don't care. You are my child. Yeah. Forever. There's no way you fly 3,000.
Drop a location.
Yeah. Don't fly 3,000 miles away and not tell me where you're going to be, who you're going with. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. She's like, oh, like, it didn't even make sense. It sounded like that. Like, shut up. Don't even try to think of anything to say. Just don't do that. So sometimes it's like, I'm still telling them what to do.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Not because I want to be a dictator.
Yeah. It's like, it's your kid. You got to, you're still taking care of them until you can't, that's.
It's still right.
It's still, yeah.
Well, do you find yourself kind of mimicking some of the parenting, behavior that you experienced as a kid, like with your mom? And your dad?
No. My mother was mad abusive.
Yeah.
Bro, I grew up in the 80s. You got hit for just like, you got hit for blocking hits.
Yeah, exactly. I get double hits.
Yeah. And then your mother would be like, yo, you know what Danny did? He tried to hit me. I was like, Mom, I just didn't want you to hit me with the chair. Put my hands up.
Then you get fucked up a second time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you get fucked up by your aunt for trying to block hits from your mother. But let's say I would say certain things from my dad, even though he wasn't the greatest. Certain questioning, like the way he questions certain things, like how he asks, like I do that with my kids, and it works really well.
So you're like trying to get to the point, or like to the bottom of something.
No, so this, but allowing them to come up with their own conclusion. That allows that. Okay. But it's like so there's a technique called motivational interviewing, right? Okay. So when you're having a conversation with someone, you ask them questions in a specific manner to allow them to come up with the conclusion that you both know is appropriate for you. So like, for example, I was telling my dad, I was like, yo, maybe I should open up a restaurant. He was like, oh, you want to open up a restaurant? I was like, why? He's like, cause you opened up a restaurant and you did it like really good. He's like, oh yeah, I did open up a restaurant. You're right. He was like, how long you been working in a restaurant for? I was like, I haven't been in a restaurant for a while. He's like, well, what do you do now? I was like, I own a gym. He's like, well, how long you been running gyms for? I was like, well, at the time it was like 9 years. He's like, well, I've been doing that for 9 years. He's like, so what type of business do you think you're more equipped to take care of right now?
Oh, I see this.
I was like, yeah, you're right. He's like, yeah, open up another gym, stupid. So it's like, okay.
It was like almost reverse psychology?
Not reverse psychology, but it's just like, it's like the obvious. But sometimes people don't tend to see the obvious because they're emotionally tied to like a specific event or goal. Yeah. And sometimes, most of the time, we make inappropriate decisions out of emotion.
Kind of guiding you.
Yeah.
Kind of guiding
That is interesting technique. You said it's called motivational interviewing.
Yeah, that's a technique. Motivational interviewing.
Is that something that like I know you like your dad did it to you? I'm assuming did it to you. Like you experienced that the way your dad asked you questions as a kid, but is that something that you also learned throughout your years as coaching people as well?
Yeah.
Kind of guide them
Yeah.
through their like a health journey or whatever journey they're going through.
I went through more formal education as far as sales is concerned. So
Mhm.
like just understanding the language that people use,
Mhm.
and then sometimes mimicking their language helps them kind of like you more because people know from who they know, like, and trust.
Right.
So if I'm using similar language that you're using, then he's like, oh, this person knows me. They get me.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just like me.
They have
And
that
then like,
understanding.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then asking questions like to kind of like allow you again to come up with your own conclusion, or asking you questions to allow you to see certain things that you may not see.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then kind of guiding you in the direction I want to guide you in.
That's
That-
interesting.
yeah.
I want to try that. And I'm looking to my left, and I was like, "Can he hear me?" He's like, "Don't try that on me." Yeah, I got you, bro.
It's a thing. Yeah, there's like that. There's neurolinguistics programming where like people just tend to use certain type of verbiage, and you could tell what type of person they are. And then by understanding the type of person they are, that allows you a little bit more empathy to kind of have a deep and meaningful conversation. So like if somebody comes in, right, for let's say a trial, and they're like, yeah, I tried this and I tried that and nothing ever works for me. Well, they're used to failure, or they just can't see success.
Mhm.
Right. And a lot of people, most people just can't see success.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the rollerblading thing, it was like I was able to see just a little bit of success. Like, all right, I fell 3 times today. Well, yesterday I fell 15 times.
Yeah.
I still fell, but I fell less. So it's a win.
Right. Right.
Some people can't see that in life when they're winning.
And it feels
Because-
stuck.
Yeah. Because they're looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But it's like, bro, you traveled 3/4 of the way there. You're further than what you were before. You don't got the gold yet, but you're almost there.
Yeah.
So understanding how people communicate with themselves, that allows you a little bit more empathy in communicating with them, and they feel seen and they feel heard.
Mhm.
And then they're like, well, I trust giving this guy money to help me on my fitness journey.
Mhm.
Because if you think about what I sell a theory. I sell an idea.
Mhm.
Like normally you go to the store and you buy something, you get something back.
Right.
Like I just drop an idea in your head. I'm like, bye.
Mhm.
See you Thursday, 9 a.m. You get what I'm saying?
2 months later, you're buff.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But you being a coach, right? So that's where like the sales comes in, because there has to be some sort of persuasion.
Mhm.
And then being a coach, you actually have to be good at what it is you do. A lot of people aren't good
Yeah.
at what they do. They're really good at selling the idea. But then when there's no result, then they're like, well, it's your fault because you didn't eat 6 pounds of chicken like I told you to.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be the case, but if you make the goal so big, then you don't allow them to succeed. So you being a coach or a father or a parent, you provide those
Right.
little metrics to allow them to success.
You ever hear the success stories of people? I mean, besides seeing them physically there, consistently, someone that tells you, yo, Danny, you said something, back like a year ago, and it made me feel good. I kept training, and look at me now. Like I feel good about myself.
Yeah. It's 100% like rewarding. I've seen people like find their significant other in my gym, like change careers, quit their jobs, become entrepreneurs themselves.
Yeah.
Like some trainers that worked for me left on, and like they opened up their own facilities, or they're like managing something. So it's like, it's crazy to feel like it's I'm appreciative and like I'm grateful that I was a chapter, if that, like, and a chapter is being like, I'm grateful to even be several words in your story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where like my name comes up when you tell a story.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
That's awesome.
Do you think there's a way to, like you mentioned before, how it's hard for sometimes people to see the successes? I guess, like you made the example of people, like you fell 15 times, the next day you fell 10 times and progressively getting better.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a way to help people find, like be able to see those successes as opposed to, I feel like a lot of times, and I'm not sure it's most people, or focus on like the negative parts and don't really see those successes. And it's like, do you find there's a good technique or a way to make them shift the perspective so they can see, okay, like, and realize that they are making progress instead of focusing on just like what they didn't accomplish.
You asking how I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think that's where coaching comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
So you see it a lot on Instagram. People like, coach this person, coach that person.
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand what a coach is. Like, people don't
Right.
at all. So it's like, if we break it down, right? You have an instructor,
Mhm.
right? An instructor tells a lot of people what to do. All right, guys, 50 burpees, and they're clapping. It's kind of like a cheerleader, right?
Right.
Large groups of people. A trainer teaches them how to do something. It's like, everybody, give me 50 squats. And a trainer goes, all right, Pete, sit back on your heels, chest up, shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Inhale, hold tight, sit back. I taught you how to do the squat. First, the first person tells you what to do.
Yeah.
The instructor, the trainer tells you how to do it. Now, coach changes perspective. So you have to be really, really empathetic and understanding of a person, and have to have like you have to know a lot. You can't
Right.
be a 25-year-old coach. What have you lived through? What have you experienced?
Yeah.
How many clients? Maybe you train 25 clients a day for 10 years straight. You ever heard of the 10,000 hour thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Oh,
Malcolm
no.
Gladwell?
Yep.
It takes
yeah.
about 10,000 hours to become a master at anything.
Right.
10,000 hours is on average about 10 years. So if you think about it, it takes 10 years to become a black belt, about 10 years to get your doctorate degree,
Mhm.
about 10 years to be an expert at anything,
Mhm.
right? But there's a caveat to that. It's 10,000 deliberate hours.
Right.
Because there's some people that in college for like 6 years and
Yeah.
they don't even got an associate's. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Or there's some people that have been going to gym for 10 years and you're still a mess.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it has to be 10,000 deliberate, focused hours. And maybe you're 25 guy.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that reminds me of a quote that somebody told me. It said, "People always are used to saying practice makes perfect, but it really should be perfect practice makes perfect, because you can practice a technique the wrong way and you can master that technique, but you've done it wrong.
Yeah,
all this,
right,
and you spend all this time.
Yeah.
If you practice it the correct way, then you begin to master it.
And and then with like intention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, there's a thing to that too. It takes, I know I'm going for mad tangents, but it takes double the time to break a pattern than it did to create it. So when people go to the gym and they work out on their own and they're doing something wrong, you know how long it takes to break that pattern?
To get them to do it correctly.
It would have been
Yeah.
so much easier if you just came to me never working out in your whole life. I could get you
Mm.
better at double this, like faster, double
Yeah.
the speed.
That's interesting.
Because you're programming a bad pattern.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now I have to unprogram it. I have to take that app from your head and
Yeah.
move it and install a new one.
There's also a lot of people that are like too prideful to be like to change. They be like, no, I've been doing it right. No. And then they have sore muscles or whatever, or they're like all messed up. But I totally see that.
I guess I think that comes with when you're training. It's also like in any aspect, you have to like kind of like let go of your ego if you really want to make progress and learn. Because if you think that you're the shit or you already know, you don't really know much.
Yeah.
You're just fucking doing it wrong and just doing that same cycle of the same shit that you've always been doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can't be a 25-year-old coach unless you did 10,000 hours from when you were like 4 years old.
Do you exactly? Do you feel like social media has sort of enabled people, or like just given people that sort of power to be like, oh yeah, I'm a coach. I don't know. I feel like people give themselves these labels online. I see it more so on social media, and the whole coach thing. I see a lot of like gym videos and people like, yeah, I'm a coach. I've taught this and that, but I'm like, I don't know. You look really young. You don't, I don't know the backgrounds of these people.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's empowered people to hold these, or to label themselves something that they really shouldn't be labeled themselves as.
Yeah. I just don't, I just think it's ignorance, not in a derogatory sense, but like they're just fucking dumb.
Mhm.
But like, I just think they just don't know what it means.
Right.
They literally don't know.
Yeah.
I think
And
it
they
boils
use
down to
because
also
everybody else.
lack of life experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Lack of life experience, lack of experience in that specific field they call themselves coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like these skills that you've honed over the years for coaching, do you see that? Do you implement that or some of those techniques or some of those things that you learned with your own kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my most important clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course.
If you really think
Those are
about
your
it.
permanent clients. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find
And
it
they don't
hard to
even pay me.
differentiate?
I pay them. That's crazy.
I think
They
you're getting.
have-
I think you're getting ripped off, bro.
They have no idea how good they got it. Yo, I get paid $200 an hour to tell other people what I'm telling you right now. It's a thing. But yeah, definitely. Like it's the fine balance between being like a disciplinarian, like being empathetic, being a guide, like, disciplinarian, I'm standing in front of you, dragging you. A guide, I'm standing beside you and we're walking together, And it's like you gotta consistently change. They are.
Is it hard to differentiate the roles? I think, like, because I know there's like the emotional aspect of having a kid where logically you know what you should do, but emotionally, because you're so emotionally invested in them, you kind of like sometimes that those two don't line up.
The only emotion that comes out of me is anger and frustration sometimes. It's not like, it's like, why didn't you fucking do this?
Yeah.
But I forgot where I read this, and it was like a book. It's like a mildly misogynistic book.
Yeah.
But I forgot the name of it. But there was one quote in the book, and it talked about either men or fathers or like men and women dynamic with children and relationship as a whole. I'm gonna fuck this up, but it says something about like if children are like the weather and like they move around and they're constantly changing and evolving, then the father or the man is the mountain. It's immovable. Like I don't move.
Yeah.
Like you cry, you scream. It's a sunny day. It's a bad day. It's da-da-da. Like the mountain doesn't move. And I feel like understanding that to the way I understand it, not the way it's meant. Like the way I understand it is that I will always be that foundation for my kids.
Right.
Something crazy happens, they're losing their shit. Don't worry, we could get through this.
Yeah.
And I find like I have to be like that as a business owner too. Like, Dad, oh my God, this happened to me. Well, tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Calm down. We got this.
Yeah.
I'm always that guy. Oh, you're overly excited? Yeah, I won. Awesome. We still got to go to the gym and work out. I love you. Great job. Great job. But your switch kick is kind of trash. We got to fix that. So it's always like, I'm there.
That's awesome. Do you feel that growing up, is that something you received from your parents?
No.
Okay.
Not even, and none of it.
Yeah. And I guess I'd imagine that's part of the sort of inspiration why you're different as you yourself as a parent, as a dad. You're like, I'm not going to copy those behaviors. So I'm going to be different. I'm going to be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Certain things, it's like certain things I do want to copy, and then certain things I don't. And I guess I don't know if I had like, so like when I was in school, I was always like, again, I was chubby, and I was always like the funny guy because I wasn't the handsome guy. I was just chubby. So I was like, I'm gonna be mad funny. I want everybody to like me.
Yeah.
And I guess like that was because like I felt like my parents didn't like me.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't raised in a loving household at all. I don't think my mom's ever hugged me or kissed me.
Oh wow.
It's weird. It's weird to say.
Yeah.
It's weird to say and I only thought about this because I had a conversation with my daughter, and she's like, "Oh, why is grandma kind of like this and that?" And then it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just the way she is, and I learned to like not harbor that pain and just let it go because you only operate within the information that you have at the time.
Right.
So I can't be mad at somebody that was ignorant when they didn't know what they didn't know.
Yeah.
So I try my best to be that rock and say and critically think and be like, okay, my mom wasn't the best, but I don't hate her.
Right.
Because this is how she was raised and this is who she was at the time that she was that. And that's just the reality of life. Am I going to stay within that pain? And be like, oh, my mother hated me, so because my mom hated me, I'm going to beat the shit out of my kids and use drugs. Like that.
Yeah.
At some point, you're an adult and you have to like move on.
Yeah. You have to control your own life.
Yeah. So I try my best to take what it is I need to take from certain areas that I think is appropriate and then use the scientific approach where like I fuck around and find out. And if it works, we use it. And if it doesn't work, you have to discard it. And there has to be no emotion within that.
Right.
Because you want answers. And again, like maybe that's me and maybe again going mildly misogynistic and like
Mhm.
trying my best to be as fucking manly as possible. Like, no, I just want the data, bro. But the decisions I feel like I make being a father, just being a father, and then a business owner second, like they affect everyone.
Yeah.
So I have to be very conscious of some of the things I do because if I'm the universe, they are the planets I have to take care of
Yeah, yeah.
in order for us to,
Do now that, I mean, you said you have a 21-year-old. Do you see that in your 21-year-old? Some of these characteristics.
yeah. Like she does. I mean, but she's a 21-year-old girl, so like
Still,
certain
yeah.
things are emotional.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she does. She's out there wilding sometimes, doing crazy shit.
Nah.
She's
What? At least if I don't know about it, she probably is.
Yeah.
She probably is. Let's say she is.
Right.
But the fact that she keeps it so hidden, if she's doing anything, then that means she has a lot of respect and cares about how I think about her. So she wants to make sure I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And that's fine then.
Yeah.
That's fine then. But yeah, she'd be like, yeah, Dad, I'm reading the Bible. Yo, bro, she stayed over my house when we were getting a new apartment. She read the Bible every night. What fucking 21-year-old
Wow.
reads the Bible? Bro, you drive a Beamer. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. You get your hair, you get wigs. You reading the Bible? But yeah, certain things she does and says, it's like, all right, that's pretty mature for your age.
Yeah.
Not even mature for a 21-year-old girl, mature in general for that age. I mean, when we were 21, I was fucking, I couldn't, I don't even remember what I thought about at the time. I don't even remember what happened.
I think it was like I might have moved out of my parents' house, I think, at 21. Yeah, I would have been with my ex at this point, I think, and I was like living in East New York. Yeah, I was already out. Yeah, by 21 or 22 around there, I would have. I was out, and I was like, and I think I told my parents like a week before I left, and I already knew I was leaving, but I was kind of like, I was like, Dad, I'm like, what are they gonna say that I'm like leaving? And I probably should have told them weeks ahead, but I was like, listen, I'm leaving next week. You know, me and my ex we're in East New York. We were out there living with her sister as well, so we all shared an apartment. But yeah, I was out after that. Yeah, I mean, I think I was pretty chill. I don't think I was too crazy.
But would you say like you had the level of critical thinking that you have now?
No, definitely
nothing.
Nowhere, no.
Not even close.
You just did shit.
No. You're just like, I'm gonna do it because I can. You know, I got a job.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm paying my own bills. I'm good. I can move out.
I mean, I think for me, my situation was a little different. I think I grew up a lot quicker. I think I was like, on my own when I was about 13, 14. So like on my own, like, living in a room. And then I was in foster care for a while, so I aged out when I was 18. And then by like 21, I was already like a manager at like a Starbucks or some shit like that. I remember Bryan Park right
plug.
there. Yeah.
Definitely the plug.
And I was like just doing that I had no idea. I was just sort of fucking winging it, like just trying to like make enough money to pay rent and have food.
Yeah.
That was it. And maybe once in a while go out to the fucking bar or whatever, wild out for on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I think I did the wilding out at like a club like 5 times. No, I could count on my hands how many times. And I was like, yeah, this ain't me. This ain't my life. I just can't do it. I'm tired already by like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'm like, yo, bedtime. People are like, yo, we getting dressed now. We here in the club. We're going to get in this car that's like, yo, that got
the hydraulics.
The hydraulics. I was like, yo, what are we doing? I was like, tengo sueño, bro. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And I also realize also culturally, us three as like Latin men, I think culturally it's also like, I think last time me and Bryan were talking about growing up, as men, you're not really allowed to like express sadness or like anything. Is like, if you're a little bitch, a man up.
Yeah.
And then the only thing you can't really express is anger and frustration, like you said.
Yeah.
So like trying to switch to like a be more empathetic is harder. To be show compassion is harder. It's more challenging. And then so it takes longer to get to that point where you can really be empathy. And even like I think growing up, I think I made a funny story how my grandma, I think one day smacked the shit out of me and I was gonna cry. She's like, and her like, in her, I always fuck around, do her accent. But she's like, oh, you're gonna cry like a little pussy, you're gonna cry. I'll put you in a fucking dress.
Yeah.
Some wild shit like that. And And then you start realizing, like, growing up, like, all of a sudden now, somebody cries, I'm like, all right, it's all right. You know, you can cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's like making that switch and because I know a lot of people who unfortunately haven't made that switch where, like, you know, I'll see, like, you know, people I grew up with or people I know, even people at the gym, you know, their son will be crying. Like, oh, what are you, a little fucking girl? Stop crying. And like, it's like when I hear it, it's fucking triggering. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But I think it's but it is interesting how, you know, not interesting, I guess is the word, but it's actually kind of inspirational to see, like, you know, where you're hearing a little bit about your upbringing and where you ended up, and then Bryan, even for myself, like how we figured out a way to kind of, like, in my opinion, be at least decent fathers. Because I mean, like, I feel like I probably have a lot to learn, a lot to, like, to grow as a dad. I think I still fuck up every day, but just to kind of, like, separate yourself and, like you said, take what's appropriate from different parts of your life and then discard the rest.
Yeah.
Because if not, that shit weighs you down. Like it becomes kind of like a hindrance in your life and a really bad, like, weight to drag with you forever.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when are you allowed to move past something? So, like, have you guys ever been to therapy?
Mm-hmm. I've been to therapy a couple times. Yeah, I just
Cool.
started, recently.
I've been to therapy a few times. And therapies would be considered similar to, like, almost medicine, right? It's like a certain way to have a conversation with yourself, to learning certain tools to get past a specific situation.
Yeah.
I went a few times. I learned the tools. I moved past it.
Mm-hmm.
What I did feel like when I was going, I went frequently. I felt like I was wallowing, that me personally, not anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is not like, this is the disclaimer. People need therapy. It is very important. Everyone needs it at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Just like everyone needs a Tylenol at some point, or everyone needs antibiotics at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like I didn't need antibiotics for that long. I felt like I got over and I was able to move past the things I needed to move past. When I took the antibiotics, per se, it felt like I was wallowing in it in too long. It was like reliving an old situation. He kept opening up a scab.
Yeah.
This wound is trying to heal. And every time I went, how it felt for me personally, again, because I don't know who's going to hear this. So I don't want to get canceled. But I felt like, for me personally, I felt like I just kept opening up the scab and this wound was ready to heal.
Yeah.
That's very, like, interesting introspective perspective, because I think everyone has their own experience. And I think I was listening to, like, another podcast, and this woman was talking about therapy, and then she said a lot of times people just ruminate and just, like, live in this experience, and at some point you have to, if you live there forever or you're stuck there, then you're sort of stuck.
Yeah. You never move
And
on.
I think you have to, like, find a way, and I think it's an interesting perspective also to, like, and kind of, like, probably much wiser long-term perspective is to, like, address whatever's there, delve into it, but you can't live in that space, because if you live in that space, then you're fucking stuck there.
Yeah.
And that's all you're thinking about. And, like, and I'm sure it's going to cloud your mind and, like you said, just weigh you down even more, which you have to kind of address it, accept it, and then sort of, I guess maybe that's the hard part for some people, accepting it, just kind of moving on. I think that's probably a challenge for some people, but that's part you have to sort of get to.
And maybe it goes back to, like, the responsibility of being a parent. It's like, I have to get through this.
Yeah.
And again, like, not using, like, Generation X and, like, Generation Y, and we grew up in different times. Back in the day, shit was way more tough. But I had no choice but to move past a lot of the things, because I would not have made it.
Yeah.
I would not have made it. Like, I
Agreed.
grew up very abusive household. Like,
Yeah.
somebody that I considered my father was a crackhead. And I seen, like, Danny turn around, and then you smell it. Like, we grew up in the 80s. You know what crack smells like?
Crack smells like,
Yeah. And then you turn around, and then you smell that, and then you look, and then you see the head drop back, and I'm like, oh, Uncle Peppy's just sleepy. Again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I had to move past it. I had to. So again, like, everybody deals with depression or situations differently.
Yeah.
And to each his own. Just like some people are, like, make it to the NBA because they're athletic, and then some people do gymnastics because they're athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody and every psychology and every physiology and brain chemistry is different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like understand what it is that you need for you.
Yeah.
Like some people smoke weed. I hate smoking weed.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Mhm.
Some people smoke and they're like, yo, you know what? Like I feel good.
Yeah.
I smoke it and I think about something I said 15 years ago during a conversation while I was crossing the street. And
And you go back.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I should have never said that to this person I don't even know and never seen again. You get what I'm
It's
saying?
like those shower thoughts. You're in the shower and you're like, Dad, you remember that fight from 1999? You're like, I should have just hit it.
That's funny, yo. I
So
had
I'm
those
such a
moments
pussy.
too. And then I have those moments too. And you
Yeah.
regret. You're like, and you know what's funny? From smoking weed too, you're like, go back and you're like, oh shit, I said this. You're like, why did I say that? What the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with me?
Yeah, and I'm like in the bed, like
Uh-huh.
like under the covers. I'm like, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody's brain chemistry is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people really enjoy it. I don't.
Yeah.
Some people need to go to therapy more sessions than others. I did 15.
Yeah.
15 total?
Yeah, 15 total in my whole life. I'm 44.
Total sessions.
Total sessions
Gotcha.
at different points in my life. So I
Okay.
went to therapy when I was like 8, went like 2 or 3 times. I went to
Mhm.
like therapy when I was like 16, like a few times.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned the tools I needed to learn at those situations. Or maybe it was just, I just needed to get it out.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mhm.
saying I learned the tools because I feel like that's something I'm supposed to say when I go to therapy.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Mhm.
But I did it. And I felt like it was helpful.
Right.
And I don't do it anymore because I don't need it.
Yeah.
Just like for the same reason I don't take medicine right now. Because I don't need it right now.
Mhm.
You know? But at some point, I'm going to transition like we all do, and we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, you don't have to go to hospital. You don't have to go to the doctor all the time. You know,
No.
when you feel sick, you go.
Maybe it should be like a checkup where you go like once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yo, is my brain working good?
Yo, brain check. Yeah, exactly. Emotional check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I fucked up about thinking like this?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's for them to say, but maybe it's a conversation for you to have out loud. Who knows?
Yes, that's the important part.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard part also is like, because we're all busy. We're all, you're a business owner. We all have our jobs. We all have our careers. We all have our roles as parent responsibilities. And sometimes it's hard to kind of like take a step back and like, oh, what's up with me? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Like you get lost in all your day-to-day tasks. And then sometimes you forget, you're like, oh shit. I realize, I haven't done anything for myself in fucking months. I'm just running around. I'm driving this person there. I'm taking this person there. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
It's very reactionary.
And then you sit down one day and you're like, oh, the last time I fucking just like did something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you sort of get lost in the role of all these roles that you play as a man.
Yeah.
And also like what sort of, on some level, what society expects of you as a man. I mean, I guess we put on ourselves as well, but culturally we kind of like, it's infused in us on what our responsibilities are, but you sort of get stuck and then you almost like forget about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the guy way. Like you don't go to the doctor so your fucking arm falls off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like, oh, something's wrong
Yeah.
here.
So like even if that's like,
Go
oh, my
check it
tooth
out.
hurts, and like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll go next week. And then all of a sudden you wake up, your shit is like all swollen.
So you
You're
got
like,
a
I gotta go
grapefruit.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe like that's a better choice to like do like a yearly checkup with yourself. But yeah,
Who knows?
we're all fucking winging it.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely winging it.
Start looking in the mirror, just like talking to yourself. Like, why are you like this? Like,
I mean, it's crazy. You know, I had a wild, morbid thought the other day. It's like, yo, we're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
so I'll tell you something that Pete said that I'll never forget. Someone told you this, and then you told me. You were like, in that same light, it was like, I have more years behind me than I do in front of me.
Yeah.
And that, like, you told me that, and I was like, damn. And then I think I was like, it was a shower thought, and I was like over there, like washing myself. I was like, holy shit. Like, does that apply for me? I don't. I'm 36. By the way, I know I look older because I ain't got no hair on my dome.
Well, the average
like-
life expectancy is 72.
So okay, so then I'm
Yeah.
más o menos, I'm there. But it's definitely like, holy shit. Like, what have I done with my life?
Mhm.
I always start to think, but I've never forgotten when you said that to me.
Yeah, because when I heard it, it hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. I was like, shit. I'm like, I'm ready.
It's like, what are you doing for the rest
Yeah.
of your life?
Because you forget on where you are. You're just moving and moving and moving and moving.
Yeah.
And you look up, you're like, oh, it's been 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. And you're like, fuck, I've grazed. I'm a fucking old man already.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, for me, personally, sometimes I look back and I'm like, fuck, I wanted to do this. I have this regret. I wanted to do that. And I was like, I never did it. I was like, because I was stuck doing all this other shit. I never got to it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck. I'm like, and it becomes like a regret in your life. You're like, God damn it, I wanted to do this more. I want to do that more. But at the end of the day, I figure you do the best you can with the tools you have or what you can at the moment.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And it goes back to like, all right, if we're halfway through, right, we want to do all these things. It's like a saying that I forgot where I got it from. I should fucking put this on my iPhone notes, but it was like the greatest gift a man can have is responsibility. That, like, a man without responsibility is lost. So it's like you have a job, you have children, you have employees or subordinates, not in a derogatory sense, but people that rely on you for guidance.
Yeah.
You know, that's the greatest gift you can have. And then within that, if we're halfway through, there's certain things that we have to learn and know to pass that on. You know, because like if you're going to die and you can't take anything with you, at least you can leave a part of you behind. That's why I said the whole thing. If my name comes up in your conversation, like, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully I did something.
Right.
And my name can still keep coming up. And then you can tell that story to somebody else. And then my name, they're like, oh, yeah. I heard it. My father's friend's name, I think his name was Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said this.
Keep
Danny's
your name
smart
alive.
guy.
Yeah.
Danny's the best guy.
May he rest in peace. But no, I'm just kidding.
Not yet, bro. Not yet. Don't jinx me. But you know what I'm saying? It's
You
like,
gone through
all right,
enough.
that I have to learn more things. I have to do more things. I have to build up my skill set because everybody, like even like this conversation right here, bro, I'm fucking rambling on. I never met you. It feels like we've been friends for that long. I met you maybe a year ago.
Yeah, at most. Yeah.
I feel like I know you since I was 14.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like understand, like we've all collectively created some sort of skill set to bring us together to create a bond. Now my name's gonna come up somewhere in a conversation you have with somebody else, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think honestly, and I'll say this, you know, like with no ego, I think just the conversation, just learning about you, and even the two things you've mentioned about like the motivational, inspirational,
Motivational interviewing.
Yeah, interviewing. Those are things that like now I know I'll now carry on. I know I'm gonna Google it and be like, oh, how can I implement this in my life? How can I implement this with my son?
Same,
because he's like my biggest responsibility and like my biggest concern. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I want to do better. So I'm like, all right, like I got this piece from Danny. He does this. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this. And I think, and I feel like when I hear our stories, it sounds like a lot of our stories are very similar. I mean, I kind of grew up in a really fucked up household, like, you know, really severe child abuse as well. Where I was like, and I told him I was one of those kids that came out in the fucking newspaper, and then like, you know, from the child abuse experience from my mom, and I was like, but we all have like this collective story, and it's interesting how like you said, like I mean, I met you less than a year ago, maybe a year ago at most, and instantly I was like, yo, I like Danny a lot. Like we talk, and it's not like we really talk all that much, you know, because you know our kids are there, we have all that shit. But I'm like, yo, Danny's a fucking awesome guy, and I was like, I like talking with him. I was like one of the few people there that I'm actually like to talk to. Yeah. A lot of times people are just like, you say hello out of like, you know, courtesy. Yeah. And then they start talking. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, this guy's like, I know they're still talking all this shit.
Dweeb.
Like,
no, I'm just
not even. They'll say certain things, and I'm like, you know, it's just like there's no way.
Small chat.
Yeah. It's just like there's no connection. We're just two different people, two different experiences. I don't think we have a shared perspective. Yeah. So it's hard to connect with that person. But instantly with you, and also I've known Bryan for several. We met at like where we worked together several years ago, and instantly right away, like we just clicked. And I realized that, you know, when you kind of hear about people's stories, you realize
you're the common denominator.
Yeah, we have like these shared experiences that we didn't even know about. Yeah. You know, and it's interesting how like now later on when I hear about it, you're like, oh shit, all of our lives are sort of very similar, and like maybe on some subconscious level that attracts us to each other in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think somebody like you're definitely some people say relationships shouldn't be transactional. All relationships are transactional. They should be, because if they aren't, then like why are we even talking? So it's like the reason I like you is because I get something out of you. I get entertainment because you're funny. I get a little bit of knowledge, and perspective. I just get just basic enjoyment being around my friend. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but imagine like I just really didn't like you, and then you just kept calling me, asking me for shit. It's like, bro, leave me alone. So like all relationships are transactional and should be, and you should provide some sort of value. And I think in you bettering yourself, being a man of responsibility, it's is your responsibility to learn and be the best person you can be.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be introduced to somebody that's going to need the skill set that you have.
Yeah, I think about all the time, what sort of information, like, for example, listening to your backstory, as Pete mentioned, it's like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to Google it. I'm like, oh, how can I apply this? And for obviously this is just a podcast and no one can see us, but my kid is in the room. He has headphones on, but I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, yeah, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to see what I can sort of like pass on to him. But there's always something that I'm pulling from someone that I'm talking. For you, you're a great dad, and I've known you for so many years. And I'm like, he's an inspirational dad. He's gone through a lot. I know his story, and I'm like, and it inspires me. So I'm like, that's cool. The same thing with you, Danny. I'm like, listening to the show. I was like, yo, this guy's pretty interesting. I'm glad you got him over here.
Yeah,
this is great.
It's funny. I told him, I was like, because we were talking about like people, like how I wanted the show to evolve and what I wanted it to be, and I was like, I want to get dads who have interesting perspective and kind of like enrich each other's knowledge and like share knowledge and also share different perspectives from different life experiences. And right away I was like, yo, this could do Danny. I know from Citan. I was like, I definitely want to get that guy on. I was like, he's mad funny. And I was like, and I think he's an entrepreneur, he's a coach, but also I start realizing like one of the first questions I had is there's so many different things with bringing up a kid, like regards to sports. As a kid, I didn't really play any sports, like I was just trying to fucking survive. You know what I mean? Like nobody was like, "Oh, do you want to play baseball?" No one's paying for little league. Oh, that shit was not an option. Yeah. I was just literally trying to fucking survive. And now I'm like, I'm a dad. I'm like, my kid wants to do this, wants to that. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't know how much to push him, how much not to push him. And I think we were talking before we started the conversation, the recorded conversation, that about our kids train at Citan, this Muay Thai gym in Queens, and that's where we met. And I realized like my son now is like, he's sort of done with it, for his own reasons, but also I have to attribute that is, did I push him too hard? Was I too involved? And I was like, did I fuck up? And then I'm like, and I'm sure there's other reasons also he doesn't want to do it, but I also thought to myself, I got to hold myself accountable as well for him to maybe something that like because I thought, in my opinion, all parents are biased, but I thought he was pretty fucking good.
I think he is good.
Yeah. And I was like, and I felt like I told him, I was like, you can be really good. I was like, I was never good at anything in my life. I was like, and I told him all the time, I was like, there's nothing in my life that I've ever done that I was ever good at. I had to just fucking grind to do anything in my life. And I was like, you're pretty good at this and don't squander it. I was like, it's not really that often you find something you're good at. And I feel like, did I fuck him up by maybe pushing him too hard or doing that? And it's interesting because like, you being a coach and having a successful gym and motivating people's lives, and then how does that transfer to your own kids, and how do you coach but not like become overbearing to your kids to the point where I heard someone also say like this really high level martial artist that I respect. He's like, that he's a jiu-jitsu guy, and he's like, your kids do jiu-jitsu? He's like, no. He's like because maybe one day they will, but he's like I can't teach them to love it, but I can teach them to hate it. And then when I heard that, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, did I, because I really like martial arts. I like, all the aspects of it. I'm like, fuck, did I teach my son to hate it by just pushing him too hard? And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, and it hurts me. I'm like, fuck, I fucked up. And now I'm trying to figure out a way, like how to walk that back. How do I fix that?
What makes you think you pushed him too hard?
I feel like I did push him hard at the gym. I think there were times like, afterwards I was like, I feel like I got caught up. And this is a very honest, frank conversation. I got caught up with the competitiveness between the other parents and their kids. And then I'm like, and at first I was like, before he started training for tournaments and before it got really serious, I was like, yeah, whatever. He did it light and it was kind of casual. As the tournaments progressed and he was like trying to get better, and then he was putting more pressure on himself, I was like, all right, let me step up and kind of try to guide him more. And then the vibe at the gym changed when other kids came and other parents were there, or became more competitive, and they would like be screaming like, let's say, when the kids are sparring, it's also hard for parents to see your kid getting fucking kicked in the gut and punched, and you to be like, what the fuck? You get like an emotional response because ultimately you want to protect them.
Yeah.
So, and then you're like, you hear a parent coaching their kids, you're like, all right, kick them back more or do this. And then it becomes, now I realize in hindsight, it becomes like,
no, I'm fighting the parent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're not a coach. Let the coach do it.
Exactly. So now you're almost like, now you're competing with the parent because they're coaching their kid and your kid might be getting kicked or hit or whatever. And now you're coaching your kids, kind of like, fuck that kid back up. And then and then you get caught up in it, and then it becomes this thing where I don't know if it's a competition, but ultimately I feel like a little shitty about myself about it, because I feel like I got caught up in that bullshit, and I shouldn't have been. I was too emotionally invested. I should just let him do his thing, and fuck those other parents. If they want to be kind of like, that's the way they want to be with their kids, I can't go down that route.
Yeah.
And I think I made a joke, like, I never wanted to be a football dad. Like, oh, second place is fucking losers.
Yeah.
Like, I never wanted to be that parent. But then at some point, I almost like, I started entering that space. I wouldn't become that full blown, but I started entering that universe, or like, like then becoming one of those parents. And I had to sort of check myself. And now my son is totally doesn't want to do Muay Thai anymore, and he's like he wants to do something else, and he doesn't even want to do it. He said he doesn't even fight at all anymore, any combat sports. And I'm like, fuck,
wow.
Did I fuck him up? I'm like, I mean, maybe it's also a phase he's going through, and it could be a phase also. But I do feel bad. Like, I think that, like, I got to own some of that shit as well. Is like, that's on me partially. So and it makes me feel bad. I'm like, like logically I knew what I should do, but emotionally it didn't line up, and then I ended up like making a decision based on my emotions, and like.
So you don't think you should ever force?
I don't know. I
feel like this is a leading question because I think a certain type of way. But do you feel like you should ever force a kid to do anything?
Yes, I think there's things you have to. Of course, they got to fucking wipe their ass. They got to take a shower.
Yeah. I mean, other than the basics, it's like you should force them to do something.
I think so, but I don't know, because I don't know to what extreme. Because I feel like it's hard to get like that amount of nuance and know when to. It's like a very like fine line you have to walk. I don't know, and I was like, and I feel like I'm sort of like, and because of this experience with my son, I feel like I fucked up and I may have like overstepped that line. So I'm trying to see if I have to like change my perspective and change the way I navigate with him and pushing him. But I don't know. I ultimately don't want him to like resent me. I mean, we had a really like hard summer. A lot of shit went down with me and him, and like I lost my temper a couple times because I was going through shit with his mom, and it was a really fucking rough summer. And I feel bad. I feel like I'm in a place now where I have to like sort of like recalibrate and figure out how to I really have to learn, in my opinion, how to be a better dad. Because right now I feel like I'm sort of like fucking it up.
How did you discover that he just wasn't into it anymore? Did you have to like sit down and have that conversation with him, or he was flat out like, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore?
So after Delaware, like like last summer, there was a tournament in Delaware, and I think there was a lot of pressure, and also I think he wasn't happy with he just wasn't happy about the whole experience. It was a different experience than we had the year before, and then he said, so we didn't really talk about it. I mean, he did well. He got silver, and he did well. He like TKO'd a kid, which I think he felt bad about. So and then this summer, I'm like, asked him, because that's when the tournament starts. At the beginning of the summer, I said, well, do you want to do the Delaware? So it's called WKA, but we say, the Delaware fight again. And he's like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm like, oh, how come? And then, and I was waiting for some kind of he's 10, so I'm waiting for some kind of silly response. He goes, I don't want to, or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then what he said, I was like kind of taken aback. He's like, it doesn't make me feel good. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, how does it make you feel good? And he said, well, if I lose, he's like, I feel sad and I'm going to cry and I feel bad about myself for losing. And if I win, he's like, I feel happy for a few seconds, but then I look over and then I feel sad. I feel bad. And he's like, and either way, if I win or lose, I don't feel good. So I just don't want to do it. And when he said it, I was like, holy shit. It was such an emotionally mature response.
Yeah.
That I was like, I didn't even push back. I was like, I mean, not that I should have pushed back, but I was like, okay. Right away, I was like, all right, that's it. You don't do anything anymore. Yeah. And then over the summer, he said he wanted to take a break from Seton. Also, I signed him up for a camp that the schedule was really tight to get to the kids' class. So he's like, all right, we're gonna take the summer off. But as we're getting closer to school, I mean, there's a bunch of other shit that happened over the summer too, with regards to me and his mom having beef over his schooling, and me and him had a kind of incident where I lost my temper pretty badly with him and kind of flipped out at him a little bit. And then it became a really big fucking deal. And so then towards the end of the summer, I'm like, oh, well, do you want to go back? We met up with one of his friends, Ricky, who also You know, it was one of his really good friends. He was a fucking awesome kid. And Ricky's like, "Oh, you're gonna come back to see Ton?" Because Ricky was planning to go back. He's like, "I don't know." So then later on, after we dropped Ricky off, I asked him. He's like, "Do you want to go back?" He's like, "No." I was like, "How come?" And he gave me his reasons, and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, and I think like Hunter is very emotionally aware. I think he reads people's emotions really well. And I think he said what he said, the reasons why, but I think in my gut, I feel like he omitted also because like the pressure from me. And maybe he didn't say it, but it's sort of what I felt in my gut. And maybe that's just my own, like maybe it could be in my head, but it's what I felt. So I was like, okay, so I respected it. So I was like, all right, let's try to figure something else out. And then he just said, well, I don't want to fight anymore at all. And I was like, what do you mean fight? He's like, I don't want to do anything that involves fighting. And I was like, okay. I was like, but we have to find some activities. So right now we're trying to find some activity for him to do. But everything is like, all these sports are like, soccer's 2 months. Then some other sports like 2 months. So it was like, there's nothing that's like long term that you could just do. So we're trying to figure that out now.
There's is it because he like correlates like now sits on with having to prepare for a fight as opposed to just go to the gym and learn
Like
how
training?
to do stuff? Yeah,
Yeah.
just train.
Potentially, yes. And I'm trying to change that perspective, but I think he's also, I feel like Hunter's very, when he gets something in his head or when he has a certain,
He got a
like,
gym enemy,
decision-
by the way.
Huh?
We're
Yeah.
not gonna say
Yeah.
yeah, he's got like a gym like arch nemesis.
Uh-huh.
We're like they're frenemies, and
Yeah.
it always ends up being a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see how that is annoying
Mm-hmm.
because your son is very, very respectful.
Mm-hmm. But he also has a temper.
He should be really disrespectful though.
Yeah.
He should. Like I've seen some of the incidents, and I was like, yo, he should get at him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be that. It's like
Mhm.
there's always just draw a correlation between I train to fight as opposed to I train just to work out.
Yeah.
Like
And that's what I told him. I tried to switch that to say, well, also over the summer, like, I was like, me, I was struggling with my weight all my life. And I was like, lost some weight. And then we stopped going to the gym. And then I realized him and myself, we both put on some weight over the summer. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. So I'm trying to say like, all right, it's not about fighting. It's just about like exercising and being active.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he still equates it. So I'm trying to find a way to like switch that.
maybe it was maybe if there was more pad work. 'Cause
Yeah.
that could be a thing too.
Mhm.
Like when Dylan, like my daughter, she hates this shit
Yeah.
Mhm.
until she starts being good at it. So
Mhm.
like she like I vividly remember the moment she's sparring a girl. She got teeth in her stomach, and her whole face changed. She started crying, and she was just sad. And now she cries to go to the gym all the time.
Oh, so
And
she's not liking it at all.
She
right now.
hated it, but she's really good at it.
Yeah.
So it was just like once we made it so that she didn't spar anymore, and
Mhm.
it was just more like pad work, then it became different. Now it's more fun because then
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh, you hit hard! Oh, wow, that was a good kick!" Da, da,
Mhm.
da. And then like she's not hitting a person or defending a person against a person. Now she's just hitting an inanimate object. So there's no real confrontation anymore.
Right.
And once that was gone, it made it easier for her. And so she was just sparring this girl for 10 rounds, and they
Yeah.
fucking killed each other.
Yeah, I know. I saw
Yeah.
the video. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Uh-huh.
good. I wanted to post it up, but like, it's inappropriate. I can't post somebody else's kid. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, it could be that. And then it's like in you telling your story, saying like I pushed too hard. Like what is pushing too hard? Like you heard Venus and Serena Williams, their
Mhm.
dad destroyed them. They
Oh,
had
yeah.
hours of tennis.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods' dad,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Floyd Mayweather's dad, had him in the gym at 4.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant's dad.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, this is what happens when you push really hard. Or maybe they were just predisposed to wanting to be pushed hard.
Mhm.
Who knows?
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? You
Right.
never know.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you're not pushing too hard. Maybe you're not pushing hard enough.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Until it hits you.
Yeah.
Punch him in the stomach. You're going to the gym.
But yeah, it's a hard thing to gauge because I'm trying to be mindful of not. I feel like my fear is always growing up. It's like, I'm fucked up in the head. I don't want to fuck up my kid. And even like, before, Bryan knows my ex-wife. That was my concerns. Like she was always pushing to have a kid. And I'm like, I don't know. Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, I came from a fucked up, childhood. I was like, I don't want to fuck up a kid.
Yeah.
And now I have a kid. And that's like always my concern. Like, I don't want to fuck him up. I was like, 'cause, ultimately, like, that's on me. Like, I can't control what the world does. He might have all types of incidents that happen in the outside world that I can't control.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can control is I don't want to fuck him up. I feel like that's always like my biggest fear. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. I have no idea. I feel like right at this moment, I feel like, especially now with him, I'm in a place where I feel very like lost, and I don't know how to navigate. I'm like, sure, what to do. So I'm just trying to tread carefully and try not to like be like, give him some space, but also like still the fear is he's at an age now, like, he's 10 going on 11, or now he's 12, 13, where like things can go awry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the age where like I started doing like wilding out a little bit, and doing stupid shit. And my fear is like I have to find a way before that really happens to kind of like reset and recalibrate and find a path with him that works for both of us. Because if not, I don't want him to be the kind of kid that won't tell me shit. You know what I mean? He'll just be like hide everything, and then and all of a sudden like he could be doing all types of
and you won't know.
Be all types of trouble and not say anything because he's afraid of what my reaction is going to be.
It feels like a fine line between like motivation and like guidance, and then you're forcing them. And it was like similar to when I was putting Zachary in karate, and when I put him back, there were days where he's like, Daddy, I don't want to go. He's like, I really don't want to go. And I was like, come on, let's go. And I think at a point I did it more so because his sensei needed students in the class, and I felt bad that he didn't have the sensei. And I really loved that sensei. Like, he was like an amazing person. He's like a Dominican guy. He's a 6th degree black belt. He's been doing karate, I think, since he was like 8 years old or whatever. He can hear me, but I think at one point I felt like I was forcing him to do it more so because the sensei needed bodies, and he needed to pay for this, the space that he was doing it. Now he's not in it, and I think it's been a good break. I don't know if I'm going to put him back into. I'm going to sort of ask him and be like, sort of motivate him. Listen, let's go back. Let's try to get your black belt at least, and then you could take it from there. You can do whatever you want after that. But I won't know until those classes start up again. Yeah, and I gotta see. I'm gonna talk to him and be like, yo, let's come back in, and I'll see how he reacts. But I mean, honestly, if he tells me, listen, I'm really just not interested anymore. I think I'll ask him why. I'll try to get to the bottom of it. But if not, then I'll look for something else for him.
Yeah. I made it like for my daughter. It's not even an option. Like, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted her to work out.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? She started liking it more once she saw me take the class. Because like they would have a 4 p.m. class. And then after the 4 p.m. class, I would take the 5. She would stay there, do her homework, be on her iPad, play with her friends, and then see me. So she's like, "Oh, Daddy, your kick is bad." And like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the motivation.
She's like, "All right, if Dad does it, I do it." It's like, it's not optional. Like, you have to go to school, you have to brush your teeth, you go to Muay Thai. It's like work out. That's what we do.
Right.
That's it. The oldest one, same thing. She did it for a while too, till she hit like maybe, I want to say 16, and then she left and came back every once in a while. Now she don't like to sweat because she has a wig in, or she got her nails.
She's like,
or she got her nails done. Nails cost like $300.
What?
Oh no,
bro! She's got charms and like teacups and like,
like
mad random.
Those little things you put on the Crocs,
bro.
The gibbets.
Yeah, she got mad shit on her hands, and she's like, I don't want to mess up my nails. So like, it's fine. So like the days that she's not all done up, we'll still train, just because it's like, we gotta sweat. But she goes to my gym and she lifts.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so she works out. She's strong too.
Yeah, she's strong too.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how you should hit your son and force him to
Yes.
Muay Thai. That's where we left off.
Yes, exactly. Beat his ass.
That was our commercial break.
I don't know. I think sponsors. And he's only 10, but I'm pretty sure he can give me a good fucking run for the money.
Yeah, he's got a nice kick. He's got a nice body kick.
He kicked me. Remember I was in your crib.
Oh yeah, we had the belly pad.
I was like, yo, me voy a cagar encima. If he hits me another time, yo. For real.
And that was a couple years ago. Now this shit is stronger.
Yeah, my daughter has no choice. She has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the older one, she had to do it too. And that's just what it is.
Your little one, how often is she doing it?
She goes at like twice now. We went like 3-4 times at one point, but now like just because she's 7 and like she has like a lot of friends now, and like she just wants to hang out with them and talk, and like she's real like social. Whereas like And I don't know if it's a gender thing. Maybe it's just a them thing. But
Mm.
like I noticed, like with my little brothers, they weren't as social at that age. They just wanted to like run around and burn off steam.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit different. Again, I
Mhm.
don't know if it's a gender thing or it's just a personality trait. But like she wants to sit down and talk, and the boys just want to run around and
Yeah.
scream and fucking eat rocks.
Yeah.
They're like, ah.
It is, like, because I only had a son for a long time, and my girlfriend has a daughter, so I've been dealing with the daughter a lot more. The way boys and girls live their lives, how they just interact, is fucking totally different.
Yeah.
Like that girl, like like my girlfriend's daughter could talk and talk and talk. Yo, if I get 20 words out of my son, like
It's
that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and even the way they interact with each other with their friends is totally different.
Yeah.
So,
It's just-
so I
it's
think it's
just-
definitely a gender thing, and I think they also so I've read they mature differently as well.
Well, there's a whole science behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because they kind of have to, just because like as soon as they get their period, they can essentially like have a kid. So like because of that like safety mechanism,
Mm.
they have to learn how to read a dangerous situation a lot sooner.
Mm.
Yeah, and then you think about it socially, like there's fucking old Spanish guys kicking into 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Mhm.
mama, come over here. So they
Mhm.
just have to be like environmentally and spatially aware
Mhm.
a lot sooner than a boy does.
Yeah.
That's true. And also, it could be like a kind of like a biological, like survival technique from the cavemen,
It is.
just to be able to
Yeah.
survive
It
in
is.
different situations.
She could get raped.
Yeah.
They have to read that. They have to read that situation. In fact,
Mhm.
they're smaller than men generally.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know.
True. I read a study where they found it was beneficial for boys to, because girls mature faster than boys, for boys to who were in the same grade to get them to have them left back. So it was like depending, because Zachary's birthday's in December, right? So he's like he'll turn 10, and most of his friends already be 10 in the
Mhm.
class. But they're like, it might benefit boys, and they did this study on, I don't know how many boys, I gotta find the article. But they found it beneficial for boys to get left back or to start school later
Mhm.
than, like, for example, than the age that he did.
I don't believe that. I don't think this thing. Like when you look at school, in the sense, it's like it's teaching you how to learn and pass in a particular format. Like what's to say boys aren't maturing just at a different aspect of life? Like if women are maturing in the sense where they're like more socially aware, right? What's to say that boys are maturing in the aspect where they're most like kinesthetically aware? They become stronger,
Mhm.
faster, more agile, relatively quickly. So if we're talking about caveman style days,
Mhm.
they are more physically and mature and prepared to tackle the world.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like in the type of society that we live in right now,
Doesn't foster that.
no. Well, one, it doesn't foster that, and there may not be that much of a necessity for it because everything's a lot easier. Like we don't have to hunt. I could just Amazon Prime some shit.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And it's like they used to be they tell overactive boys that they have ADHD.
Mm.
When you put a boy and force him to sit down for 8 hours a day and learn in a certain fashion where like maybe our mentality is not meant to foster that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's easier for a girl to pass because that's
They're
just how
wired
they live.
differently.
Yeah, they're wired like that to be more social. So they sit down a lot more, they talk a lot more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't start doing that till this age,
Mhm.
to old men.
So we're sitting. Us are sitting.
We're sitting at a table.
Yeah, you get when I was 21 and me and my friends hung out, we were standing up outside.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were just way more active. There's a lot more energy. So it's like it's like, why would you say a boy's not mature? Maybe he's not mature in that specific aspect
Mhm.
of what it is you want him to be good at, but they are maturing in other aspects. Yeah.
I do wish that schools, schools in general, were structured differently. Because one of the things I noticed was, like my son was diagnosed with ADHD when he was younger and Tourette's, and during the lockdowns, like he always struggled in school. Like with regards to like sitting down, paying attention, focus, all that shit. And during the lockdowns, the way his school structured it, it was like a 40-minute Zoom call, and then they would give an assignment, and then if you would need help, you can kind of like log back into like a room, and the teacher would be there to help you. But if not, you just kind of do the assignment on your own. So he would do his Zoom, and then luckily right before the lockdowns, I ordered a punching bag in the house. So like I set up in the house, and so he would do his Zoom, whatever. Then he would go and hit the bag for like whatever, run around and watch TV or do whatever he was, take a break. But he was active in the house. I had to kind of keep him to a certain part of the house because I had to work as well. Like, I stay over here. But I would hear like him punching and kicking the bag or doing whatever, jumping around in his room. Then I'd say, we had a timer. He'd come back. And that year, he went from being below grade level the previous year to excelling. Like, his teachers were like, yeah, like when I told him, he's always had problems in school. And they were shocked. They were like, everyone else is on the decline, and he's one of the high flyers. He's always participating. He was retaining the information. And I realized it's because he has a break. He can sit down for a little bit, but then he can go and expend whatever energy he had and get rid of that, and then be able to come back and refocus.
Yeah.
And I always realized I wish that there was more physical activity in schools. I mean, especially for boys who like need to get that shit out, who can't sit in a chair for, you said, 8 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy. Most boys need to get it. My son is a year and a half. Wakes up in the morning, has his breakfast. His mom does that. What's Miss Rachel? Watch Miss Rachel.
Rachel Ray?
Yeah. And then after like a while, if he is told to sit down for too long, he just cries.
Mm-hmm.
He throws himself on the floor and he just screams and cries because it's just like so much pent up energy. He doesn't know what to do with it. He has to get it out. So we'll bring him downstairs and he'll run around because we live in like kind of like a gated community.
Mm-hmm.
He'll run around the courtyard. He'll do like 10 laps, come back sweating, drenched, and then he'll go back upstairs.
And he's good.
And he's ready to learn.
Yeah.
Again, he's ready to read. He's just, I got to get this out. I got to get it out now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think every boy was like that.
And his son is mad swole. You saw in the pictures for breakfast.
Yeah,
He's having mad protein.
Yeah. My 2-year-old just does dips in between Miss Rachel.
He's doing pull-ups on scaffolding in the building.
Nah. Pull-ups on scaffolding. Yeah. So it's like, I just don't think the educational system now like fosters the way certain children learn.
Yeah.
I think it's really unfortunate. I wish, like, I always like tell him, I was like, I wish someone would create some kind of charter school, some kind of other alternatives to regular school where they follow the curriculum, but like they implemented like more physical activity.
Isn't there a name for that? They have those schools. They call
Are they private schools that cost mad money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Essentially.
Yes, they are.
Like $40K a year. I know a friend of mine.
College.
It's called some shit. I forgot. It's a monastery.
Montessori?
Montessori?
Is it? I thought it
Yeah.
was more like physical activity.
I think they just
Sound like a hospital.
they try to use different ways to educate a child depending on how it is they learn. Some of them are kinesthetic learners where they have to like move around and touch things and sounds and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I heard of those schools, but also those are private schools that are.
Yeah, mad bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like a college tuition right there. For your 5-year-old.
For his ABCs.
Yeah.
Being a dad is fun.
Yeah. That shit is no joke.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, it gave me, like you said before, you said like, a man with no responsibilities, is like one of the worst things ever. And I feel like it gave me a kind of renewed sense of purpose. And even for you, I feel like it was one of the driving factors for you to kind of like, shift gears and start focusing on kind of making forward progress with financially, socially, whatever it is, like academically, and just any forward progress, because you realize, oh shit, I have responsibilities I got to provide for. And it also kind of like helps you not be so self-absorbed. You're like, the whole world doesn't fucking revolve around me. Now I got to figure out how to help or to take care of this other human being that's going to come, that I'm responsible for. So I think fatherhood is one of those things that I always say, like, having a son completely changed me at a very profound level. And there's times I try to explain it to people who don't have kids, and I'm like, but it's one of those things that you'll never know until you experience it. Because I remember even before I had a kid, I would see like my aunt, my cousins and their kids, and they're like they would fucking drive me crazy. I'm like, yo, these kids are mad annoying. I love them, but they're fucking mad annoying after a while. And then you start realizing like that once you have your own kid, it changes your whole everything. It changes everything. The way you see the world, the way you live your life.
It only changes you if you care. Because I know some niggas that got kids and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
still-
that's another
true.
thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have multiple kids, and it's just like, it's whatever. It's a kid in the world. But
Yeah.
when you don't realize that when you're responsible and you really take care of your kid, you're like, yo, it really changes you.
Yeah, I mean that's also, I don't know, not to be talking shit on people in general, but I try not to. But I think if that's how you roll, you probably have some kind of lack of character. Something is deficient in you. I don't know what it is. Something is broken in you that, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna sound a little more empathetic, but not saying that, you're a piece of shit, but you got some shit you got to deal with. Yeah. If you have a kid and you're like, fuck it, peace, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go into baby mamas too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Because baby mamas would make you want to like do bad things.
Yeah. No.
If they're not good baby mamas.
You know what? Like on the nose. Yep. That shit'll having a like contentious relationship or like dealing with your ex. That shit is challenging as fuck. And yeah, that can definitely drive someone away.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you before. Something I realized when you said about like forcing a kid to do something. I think it's also easier when you're sort of on some level still together with the mother of the child. I'm like, for me, I think if I try to push my son, I can push him, but I push him to do certain things, but it's only under my purview while he's under my household. Once he goes to his mom's house, all the rules there are different, the expectations are different, and it becomes harder to implement, like structure or give kind of like level or all around. This is what's expected of you when there's two sets of rules.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And that's, I think, something for me, I guess, in being divorced from my ex-wife is challenging. It's like, one of those things where I'll say one thing is just like what you should be doing, and then he goes over there and it never fucking happens. He's not doing half-hour reading. He's not doing any kind of like whatever it is, physical activity. He's just sitting on his devices or whatever you're doing over there.
Yeah.
But the expectations are just totally different. And then when it comes back to me, he's like, why the fuck are you making me do this? I don't have to do this over there. So it comes harder to.
Because I fucking said so.
Yeah.
'Cause I said
I want to go back to the fun house.
Yeah.
I'm bigger
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
I'm stronger than you.
I'll put you in a
Do this.
chokehold.
Now.
Oh man, but yeah, I think that even that, I wish it was that simple, man. I know you're saying it like as a joke, and then it becomes more like I got to hear someone else's chatter about undermining me on the choices I'm making, which just kind of like further kind of like makes you question your own like the own choices you make as a father. You're like,
My baby mother used to bother me a lot.
uh-huh.
She used to stress me out a lot. I realize she ain't shit, so I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing that bitch says. Fuck out of here, yo. I'm better than you.
Come fight me.
Yeah.
If you
Bigger,
want, we
stronger.
can edit that part out later on.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, you know what it is? Like, we're no longer like to be. I was, joking around, but
Yeah.
like her opinion does not matter that much,
Mhm.
and like I have to like sift through it. Like if she says something that could be deleterious to my daughter's upbringing, yes, of course I'm gonna listen to it.
Mhm.
But a lot of it you could tell is just like chatter. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, you just want to say something,
Right.
or you just, or like, because like. Again, I'm about to say some real misogynistic shit, but like men like to have sex.
Mhm.
Not to say that women don't, but women like attention a lot more.
Mm.
Women really like attention.
Mhm.
Now, if that's the currency for her, I'm not giving her that
Mhm.
because I'm not fucking her. You understand? I'm just playing. Again, I'm just playing. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving her that. I'm not
Yeah.
giving her attention because I could tell that's what it is she wants. And sometimes they just say stuff to get underneath your skin or say stuff to undermine you and like still want some sort of control over you. Maybe not. Maybe what it is she's saying is valid. but that's for you to know because
Mhm.
like you've been with her longer than anybody.
Mhm.
So like I can't judge your relationship and how you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying from my own personal perspective, I noticed that a lot of it was just like a little bit of undermining, a lot of attention seeking, just wanting to talk.
Yeah.
Just wanting to talk to somebody. And it's like, I don't owe you that.
Yeah.
Like, reach out to me and tell me what happened to my kid.
Mhm.
Is everything okay? All right. Then there's nothing else to speak about.
You know what's so fucking funny is that I have the same kind of interactions with my ex where she'll try to tell me about all these stressors in her life. And I've already had this conversation like, I'm not that person. Like,
Don't give a fuck.
yeah.
I'm not your man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Go
like,
tell your boyfriend.
I'm like, I'm not your friend. We're not even friends. Like, we're not, I mean, like, we're cool.
I don't even like you. I don't like anything about you at all.
And I'm like, yeah, we've had this conversation. Yeah, thank you, Danny. That's a very, like, that's like, you know what it is? Because one time, if you don't hear it, you think, like, am I the fucking crazy one?
Nah, nigga, that's not your
Yeah.
friend.
Am I
That's
like,
not your friend.
and then you start questioning, like, because you start getting caught up in it. You're like, wait, am I the asshole? Because like, she's trying to tell me about all this shit, and I don't care. I'm like, okay, I don't. It's none of my business.
Yeah. I made that mistake too. Like I was talking to her one day and I was like, I said something and it was like something that I would say to a friend and I was like, you know, that little light bulb went off. It's like, oh, this bitch ain't my friend. Like,
Yeah,
what am
yeah.
I doing?
Yeah.
I'm bugging out.
Click.
Yeah, and
Hang
it was
up.
like, oh, it was my fault because I was leading into it because I was like, oh, why is she always talking to me? It's like, oh, because I'm talking to her. I'm sending mixed signals, and it was unconscious because we've been in a relationship for so long. We had a child together. It's just like it was a reflex, and it's like, oh, I had to make sure I stopped doing that.
Right.
I had to hold myself accountable. Like, yo, I can't be talking to her like that. And then don't talk to me about anything
Besides the kid.
besides the kid. Now the kid's 21, so
Yeah.
like,
So there's even nothing else to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
yeah. Now don't. I haven't spoken to her. Just recently, she texted me, and then before it was like 6 months before that, we had a conversation, an argument, like crazy argument.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but before that was 9 years.
9 years.
Didn't speak to her.
Wow.
My daughter had a phone. I don't need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I gave daughter keys to my house, so she's like she can come whenever she wants.
Yeah.
She's ready 14. She'll come. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's no reason for me to talk to somebody, especially like I have my reasons for not being with her.
Mhm.
And I just don't think it was healthy for me to be there. So if I chose to opt out of a relationship that I thought wasn't healthy, like there's no reason for me to maintain communications at all.
Or maintain the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like any type of relationship other than the fact that like here's some child support, drop off the kid at 9 p.m. over here, da 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 da. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I get to that point with
So and so.
yeah. But you're right. I think like when I hear it, I'm like, because it's hard to sometimes when you're in the eye of the storm, it's hard to like know like what like it's hard. It becomes very confusing and challenging to know what the fuck is going on. But when you say it, I'm like, hey, he's fucking right.
Makes sense.
Like we're not friends, and I told her we're not friends. I don't know why you're talking to me. Stop talking to me.
Yeah. Hey Pete, what do you think about like I don't think about you. I don't think about nothing you say. You never cross my mind.
Or yeah, sometimes she'll talk shit on my current relationship, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Why are you on the phone with her that much?
You know,
This is an intervention right now.
I know exactly.
What?
You know what? I have to stop. I started implementing. Can you just text me? I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
Every time we talk, it turns into an argument.
I don't want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Sound.
It
That
disgusts me.
little lisp
Mhm.
on your S's.
Oh my
I don't ever want to hear that again.
Oh no,
Yeah. You know, I see your face and you say something, you blink too many times. I hate it that I always wanted to tell you. Yeah, all that shit comes out. Once you break up, you're like, damn, you know.
those little nuances you thought you liked, like, you hate.
Yeah.
No, you didn't like them. You
You
just
just
like
dealt
looked
with
You
it.
past
accepted
them.
them.
Yeah.
You accepted them.
Now you're like, oh,
Your eyelashes
yeah,
too
right?
short.
Yeah, one of your eyes is like, fucking
It's dirty now.
yeah, it's always dirty. You always have something like that. Take it out.
Oh no. Damn, yo, this shit took a turn.
Yeah. No, we just cutting ass. Just kidding.
We're the bros. This is what the
Yeah,
bros
roast
supposed
this.
to be.
Yeah,
This is it's turning into a roast now.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go
Okay.
to the feast.
All right.
I have a stand at. If this comes out by September 12th, there's a cronut stand at the feast.
Yeah.
First stand by Canal Street.
It's gonna take a month to like edit this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
For
I know.
2025 feast.
Well, Danny, I want to say thank you for coming on and giving up your time on a Sunday. I know you have a lot of shit going on. You're super busy, so I know time is a father's commodity. So I appreciate you giving me the time.
This was fun.
And thank you
Likewise,
for
thank
just
you,
sharing
Danny.
your experiences and being honest and just sharing it where you like, I definitely like have learned from that conversation, and I want to thank you for that.
Likewise. This was an experience that I'm never gonna forget. This was mad fun. This was really, really fun. You guys have something great going on, and I can't wait to see the growth of it.
Thank you,
Thank you,
man.
man.
I
We appreciate
that.
you.
Cool.
All right. Anytime you want to come back on, you have free time, come on.
Yeah,
'Cause, yo,
I will.
you're mad funny.
Hey, word.
I'll bring some blunts.
Yeah.
40s.
Yeah. And they'll just sit there because no one's gonna drink.
Yeah, because I don't-
exactly. I was just like, let's sell it.
All right, guys.
Let's sell it.
Yo, all right. Thank you. Our second episode 2, the full Dad Bod podcast. I gotta fix that name, man.
Yeah.
I gotta just like learn it. But thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yep. Thank you all, and be well. Talk to you soon.
Peace.